Welcome everyone. My name's Donna Bennett and I'm the CEO of Hope Street Youth and Family Services. And I'd like to begin today by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we are holding this very special event, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. I acknowledge their connection to land, water and community, and I pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging. I would also like to pay my respects to any other Aboriginal people who are here today from a different community. It is great to see you all here today sharing the celebration as well as the insights of the Hope to Home evaluation report. You all represent a diverse part of the community, including Aboriginal services, homelessness services, state and local government, specialist women's services, multicultural services, corporate, as well as the philanthropic community. Your interest in support in young people and young families who experience homelessness that has brought you here today is reflective of the ongoing support and commitment for this project. Support that was spurred by a strong sense of community responsibility and compassion to do better for our young people and their children in the local areas of the City of Melton and the City of Whittlesea, those two growth corridors. As a specialist youth homelessness organisation and as a member of those two communities, it became extremely apparent to Hope Street that there was a major issue in terms of lack of affordable housing for young people and young families. So Hope Street, as a member of the local community, decided to join with the local community and do something about it. From this, we developed a drive and we developed a concept, and then we developed a plan, and then we developed a youth-friendly model formed around a solution of what it is that we could do. More people became involved in this project with a strong desire to make a difference and to also be a part of the solution. That is, to be a part of the Hope Street Hope to Home pilot project. Partnering with Gandel Philanthropy, Melton City Council, Rain and Horn Melton and Woodgrove Shopping Centre in Melton enabled Hope Street to pilot a model for transitioning young people out of homelessness. With their support, we were able to begin with developing a solution. The Hope to Home model is one solution, and we all know that we need multiple solutions. We came up with the model based on our expertise of 35 years of providing services to young people through our other programs in Brunswick and the City of Whittlesea and Melton. And we thought about, as a community, what would really work to assist young people to sustain private rental, because we know how difficult that can be and what the challenges are. So the key aspects of the model for us that were really important were that it was youth-focused, it's in the growth corridor where there is an extreme lack of services, that there is case management support, and the initial model was that the case management support was actually to be provided by the referring agency, because we felt that there was an importance in the continual relationship with their caseworker. Additional and flexible brokerage was an important part of the model. Hope Street as a co-leasee. This was critical because it was important to give real estate agents a level of assurance for their landlords that we were there to back the young person, that we were there to provide that additional support. No other program, as far as I know, in Victoria does that. So it's different to head leasing. It is basically that the young person can still be on the lease and we will be on the lease with them, and then after 6 months we will withdraw from the lease and they will be able to have a lease within their own right. This is critical because it provides a young person with a rental history that they are able to carry with them if they move out of that property into another property. The other aspect of the model was that we had community integration facilitators. Now, these roles were critical because we knew we needed to build and nurture relationships with businesses and other groups within the local communities to provide young people with services and with opportunities for employment, to further their education, trainee opportunities. We all know that if young people are to sustain private rental, no matter how affordable it might be, they need to be able to have another income to supplement their Centrelink income. All young people want full-time work. Unfortunately, the reality is that it's not out there for them, and it's a very casualised workforce, and so their hours can be sporadic and there's no guarantee of regular employment. So for us, building those relationships with local businesses was critical. So these two positions, the positions were created to do that. That was an important part of the model. Part of the role of these positions was also to raise community awareness within the community and try and change some of those attitudes, particularly that real estate agents may have, that are barriers to young people accessing private rental. You'll hear more about this, of course, when the two researchers from Victoria University today present the findings on the report. But these key points of difference of the Hope to Home model are integral to the success of this model, which our partners could see, such as Gandel Philanthropy, Lord Mayor's Charitable Foundation, Rain and Horn Real Estate, Ray White Real Estate. They were critical to our partners, which gave them encouragement to basically support this pilot. Hope Street is extremely pleased to have supported the model, to have piloted the model in the City of Whittlesea, and that was in partnership with the Lord Mayor's Charitable Foundation. Similar to the Melton pilot, the community of the City of Whittlesea were driven to do better for their vulnerable young people and children experiencing and impacted by homelessness. With a shared vision and purpose, advisory committees were established for each pilot. One evaluation steering group was also established to support Victoria University researchers with the evaluation project. The key aims of the Hope to Home pilot were to facilitate the transition of 30 young people and their children into sustainable private rental, to build and nurture partnerships with real estate agents to favourably consider and approve tenancy applications from young people as a part of addressing some of those barriers, to assist young people and young families to transition into private rental, building on their skills and strengths to positively experience and learn how private rental can be a viable housing option. Yes, it will still have its challenges, but it can be a viable housing option. The pilot aim was also to engage the support of community stakeholders, including local businesses, to address barriers contributing to young people remaining homeless for more open and inclusive access to existing community life resources. Pretty basic resources such as housing, employment, social and wellbeing. In an environment of increasing homelessness, rapidly growing communities, high rents, low income, low youth wage, casualisation of work, discrimination, increasing poverty, as well as no or limited family support, the two Hope to Home community integration facilitators, Katie Mocken for Melton and Abir Azawada for Whittlesea, employed part-time, had their work cut out for them, as did the young people. Together, the young people, Katie and Abir, were diligent, resilient, committed and professional. They were reliable, they were flexible, and they were understanding, and they had an extremely strong can-do approach. The outcomes of the Hope to Home pilots, as outlined in the findings of the evaluation report, support what can be achieved with a collective community approach of tremendous goodwill, shared responsibility, common desire and action for a solution to do better for the young members of our local communities. I hope you are as excited as I am to hear more detail with the next part of this launch. It is now my pleasure to introduce our first speaker. Dr. Michelle Ball is a senior lecturer in psychology at Victoria University and a member of the Institute of Health and Sport. Michelle is the Deputy Head of the Clinical and Community Health and Wellbeing Research Program.
Thank you so much. I'm going to keep this extremely brief. Basically, I want to welcome you here on behalf of VU and on behalf of the research that we do here in VU. As was stated, my colleagues here, Dr. Peter Gill and Dr. Daniel Uy, work within the Institute of Health and Sport. And it is the purpose of our institute to pursue research in health and also in sport that is of local, national and global significance, and this certainly falls well within that purview. Within that, we also work, our particular area of research focus is clinical and community health and wellbeing, and we work to enhance and promote both individual and community health in clinical and community settings. So it is a real privilege for us at VU to be involved in an evaluation like this of such an important and impactful program. And I hope that the program continues to grow, because it's evident from the results that are outlined in the report that there's some really great impact flowing from the work that you're doing at Hope Street and with this Hope to Home project. I'd like to close by saying that although I always look this magnificent, my two colleagues don't always. I'm shocked to see them here in a collar and a suit. So I think they'll be on their best behaviour today. Take a photo. Yeah, I think someone should take a photo, I must say. And I'll leave you in their good hands. So thank you, and thank you for coming to VU. It is absolutely our privilege to welcome you here and to be part of this wonderful project. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. That's fantastic. Well, okay, now down to the business of it, and it's now my pleasure to introduce two of the Hope to Home evaluation report researchers. So I'd like to start with Dr. Peter Gill, who is a lecturer in psychology at Victoria University and a member of the Institute for Health and Sport. Peter is the leader of the Hope to Home evaluation team, and Peter has published a number of journal articles and book chapters on homelessness, including an award-winning article for the YP4 program. Dr. Daniel Uy, who sits next to Peter, is a lecturer in the first-year college at Victoria University and a member of the Institute of Health and Sport. Daniel has conducted research on urban poor and migrant labourers in Latin America and has recently worked on advising on social aspects of water and environmental policy at a national level. I now pass you on to Peter and Daniel.